Listen, every day we lit, you can't tell us. Hey, every day we lit, every day we lit. Hey, you can't tell us. Hey, you can't tell us. Listen, what's going on, everybody? What is up? What is up? It is Jamie. That's me here in the building, girl. Listen, I had to go ahead and just hop on live real quick so that we could chit chat just a little bit. I am about to come on camera in just a second. I don't plan on being up here too long, but we are gonna get into some things. Okay, so first of all, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have yet to like the video, go ahead and like up the video. Okay, girl, I'm geeks. I'm geek. Every day we lit. You can't tell us. Hey, every day we lit. That's just the first thing that's coming to my head. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, babe. Listen, girl. Listen. First of all, girl, let me get these little chips out my teeth, honey. Listen, girl, we have found out the news. Whew. Girl, I feel like we can finally exhale because we have been covering this case from beginning to end. I may have started like a little like late with my reporting, but I literally watched the entire trial from beginning to damn end. Okay. Last night I did get a chance to check out the closing statements. I kind of fell asleep a little bit on the defense because I was just tired, but the state attorney lady, no ma'am. Okay, first of all, we're talking about Travis Rudolph. For a lot of people that might be confused that's coming into the live, we're talking about Travis Rudolph, who has just recently been found not guilty on all four counts. So we'll go a bit into the backstory of how he got there. But I did get a chance to listen to the state attorney, and girl, she was just doing too much. I said, can you be quiet? Because at this point, your voice is annoying, and between you and that wig, I am exhausted. And you're part of the reason as to why I actually went to sleep. Hello? You're part of the reason as to why the hell I went to sleep on the defense attorney when he was giving his closing. I did not go back and hear the rebuttal when the other state attorney guy got up there. I did not go back and listen to him. I was like, baby, go sit down, okay? Because they started calling him attorney comb over, bitch. Listen, I was hollering over there on Twitter calling him. And when I went back and I looked at it, I was like, oh, because of his hair, girl. He had to comb it over. I say embarrassing. That's what we got attorney comb over. But yes, I am gonna try to pull up the verdicts, okay? Because I don't know about y'all, but I can not get enough of hearing them say not guilty. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not watch it. Like I told y'all yesterday when we did the video, I said my stomach is in my arse. And I was so afraid that he was going to get guilty. I was so afraid that women like this young lady, um, they often get what they want. So I was afraid that he was not gonna win and that she was gonna be the person to prevail in all this. But God said absolutely not. Not come on, Iyanla, come on, Lord. Not on my watch, okay? Not on my watch. It's not going down the way that you think. So a lot of people that don't know about the Travis Rudolph case, let me just give y'all a brief, okay? Travis was dating this young lady by the name of Dominique Jones, okay? I be want to use I just feel like using the term lady is like it's lack of a better word. You know what I'm saying? Loosely. Anyway, Dominique Jones, he had been dating her for some time. Unbeknownst to him, Dominique Jones had been married for quite some time to another man that she would not let him know about, and said that he never asked. How was he supposed to ask about what he don't know about? And then also said that it was never her personal business to share, even though it's absolutely your personal business. They have been dating for at least like a year or so. They've had some up and downs. They got into an altercation around Valentine's Day, but that didn't stop him from continuing to deal with her. I think he just thought it was like any normal speak and spat that they would have. Well, shortly after that, sometime in April, they got into another altercation because she ended up going off getting a BBL. Although she doesn't want to talk about that, girl, we could talk about it because when you got on that stand, it wasn't giving BBL, okay? It was just giving big. But it's no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you the difference. Like, we didn't really see that. It was giving big. But anyway, girl, you went and got whatever you got done. I'm not even going to judge you, girl, okay? Do your thing. You did it. You're alive to talk about it. But yeah, so she when it got some work done. So when she got that work done on her body, they weren't really talking to each other for like a month or so. When she came back around talking, she decided that she was gonna go into the phone because she started noticing his energy changing. And that's when she saw he was interacting with another woman who he said was his friend. He also said that Dominique was never his girlfriend, even though she was one to believe that she was. Okay. Once they got into it, she hit him upside the head with his trophy, a Patron bottle. She broke his PlayStation through a brick in his window. She did a lot of stuff. She showed her arse that night. So much so when he they said a lot of negative things to each other. He told her that the girl that he was chatting with had a better body than her. And it sucks because you went and got this work done and he still felt like the body was not giving like you thought that it was going to give, unfortunately. And so they got into it and she left. And what she did wrong was she thought that it would be amazing if she called the entire world to let them know how he quote unquote disrespected her and how he allegedly threw her to the ground. And I can't even say alleged because we learned that that was a lie. Okay, the lie detector test has determined. Okay, the court case has determined that that was a motherfucking lie. Okay, so she said he threw her to the ground. Kind of find out Miss Girl slipped or whatever the case was. So she decided that she was gonna call this man mama and tell her about her raggedy son, her broke son, according to Miss Dominique. And then called his sister, told her about her broke ass brother, according to her, and her raggedy ass brother. Then said she was gonna have some people coming at his door. So then she called her little brother. Little brother got on the phone with this person, and then they done brought in this person, then they done brought in that person, and they decided they was finna pull up to the man's house. Oh, I'm sorry. They didn't pull up to his house, girl. They passed his house, went around the corner and parked all the way down the street, okay, on the side road next to his house. Then walked up to the man's house and decided they're gonna ring the doorbell. So when his brother goes outside and he's trying to have a conversation, just like, what's up? What y'all need? What y'all here for? He seems like a person that's a diffuser. Well, they didn't want to hear that. They wanted Travy Trav. So Trav was like, well, then let me come to the door. Okay, I see it's four of y'all. One of y'all got y'all shirt off. Okay, I don't really know what y'all on. I know Dominique talking about she was finna send y'all to my door. So let me go ahead and send my little AR-15 over here. I'm not going to pull it out because it may not even be a need. But should it be a need, that's what I'm going to grab. Well, he comes outside trying to talk to her brother and really didn't get the opportunity to talk to him before one of his friends decided to steal on him. Okay, and punch him right in the face. So the brawl took place. Mama came outside at one point trying to let them know, I have the camera footage. Y'all sister out here lying. You need to go ahead and get away from my home. They wasn't trying to hear what the mama was saying because they wanted to get at the boys. So at some point it was like 2-on-1. Well, when Tyler decided he was going to show Travis that he had a gun, and when he got up off Travis, Travis ran for his life and went and grabbed his. So when they saw how big his gun was, they decided to skip to their loot. Oh, you got it. Oh, now I got it. I didn't have it when you came to the door, but now that I know I got it. Okay, I know I got it because I brought it. Like I got it. I know that. Okay, so now they want to run. Then you see his brother getting jumped down the street. He run down there to protect his brother, make sure he good, giving these boys ample amount of time to leave the scene. Never fired, had plenty of times to bust a cap in Tyler's ass. Never did. Gave them time to leave the scene. They wanted a pump fake, like they hard, same way they pump fake when they came over to their man's house. Hopped in the car, and then, according to the brothers, Sebastien is in the front seat, pointing an item at them, intimidating them as though he's about to fire. Then you have Tyler, who never even got in the back seat, even though everybody want to say that he did, but he didn't because he was using the door as a shield because he too had an item out. Okay, they brought those items for a reason. Okay, they brought the pow pows for a reason. Well, because Travis has very, very quick reflexes, as he should, he decided that before you can get me, I'm gonna get you. Kind of like the old Western 1, 2, 3, when you walk from, when they back to back and they walk and then you turn and then it's giving pop. Like, yeah, I guess that was legal back in the day, and then nowadays you'll be on trial for shit like that. Okay, you can't just do that, right? So when he saw him pull out his weapon, he was like, I'm gonna pull out my weapon. You pull out yours, I'm pull out mine. Pow, pow. What you want to do? And then what happened was you came out there, Sebastien, God rest your soul. And you came out there, trying to be on some tough stuff with your boys. And unfortunately, you're not here to tell the story. And those were not friends. And I feel like the family of Sebastien shouldn't really be mad at Travis for what happened. Y'all need to be mad at the Joneses. Keyshawn Jones and Dominique Jones. Y'all should be mad at them because she the one that put the motion in play. And then Keyshawn decided to round up his boys. And Sebastien, you was the one to knock on that man's door. You don't even know that man. Okay? Sebastien didn't even know that man knocked on that man's door. Okay? Ready to get some work done. And the work definitely got done. And I hate that for him because he's not here. That is just really sad. That you went there on, number one, some lies to defend somebody else's honor and somebody else's sibling. You showed up there and it resulted in, you losing your life. And then Tyler, I don't know what you was on, baby. I don't know what you was on. Thought you had your item. You thought you was doing something, huh? Till you got popped. And then you wanted to run. And then you threw the gun. What? You had a hole in your hip. Ain't that's what you said, baby? Listen, you be wanting to feel sorry for people, but you can't, okay? But yeah, so because of that incident that took place, those boys that were in the car, the 3 that made it in the car, were able to get to a location. They couldn't make it to the hospital to see about Sebastien. I believe that the car stopped because the engine got hit by, one of the AR-15 bullets or whatever. And they had to call the police. And once they called the police was primarily on their side. They got rid of the gun that Sebastien had. They were on their side. When the lead detective, Miss Emily Vanderlaan, the worst detective that I've ever heard of, girl, law and order detectives are better than you. And that's sad. It's a television show. You're horrible, okay? So she came to the house wanting to have a conversation with the Rudolph. Shout out to them because they didn't have no conversation with her as they did not have to by law. They ain't got to talk to you, okay? And instead of her reaching back out to see if they got their attorney and whether they want to have a conversation, she chose to not have any more conversations. And she decided to align her facts, which weren't facts at all because she did not investigate enough because she said she wasn't going to do any additional research, and waste the taxpayers' money, even though this entire thing wasted taxpayers' money. Why is it? Put that on desk work. If you're not going to fire her, put her in the back of the warehouse on desk work and let her check in evidence and check this shit out. But anyway, okay, so she decided that she was going to pretty much align all of her facts to go along with whatever the brothers told her or whatever. And then she presents this charge of charging Mr. Travis Rudolph with a first-degree murder. Okay, so now this man is on a trial fighting for his life over some SHI that another BIT got started, all because she went and got a BBL and he said that their girl body a little better than yours naturally. Ooh. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. And then I'm just trying to understand why you mad that he talking to somebody else the whole time you was married anyway. And the fact that you wouldn't even let this man know that you was married lets me know that you probably was still fucking off on your husband. Okay, so was he the one that paid for the BB and the L? Okay, dear girl, but you can hold that L on today. Okay, and the days after, because your face has now been plastered. I hope people are on great alert about you, ma'am, because the jurors came back after a very long, extensive, drag the fuck out trial by the state. The state probably brought 13 witnesses, y'all. It was so dragged out. It was horrible. But the gag was some of the witnesses that they brought actually validated some of the story that Travis and his brother told. Yikes. Okay, because they also wanted to try and make it seem like the brothers had deleted video, but when they brought in one of their state witnesses, they were like, no, that's impossible, like that didn't happen, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, girl, horrible case, horrible, Miss State Attorney Wig. You did a horrible job, and you yelling at them folks at the end of that closing was not finna help. They had already made their mind up and made their decision up by the time y'all wrapped up y'all stuff, for real, for real. I believe they been knew at the beginning, probably after Dominique and Keyshawn sat their ass up that line. And then the detective, I know they was disgraced. Okay, so girl, you didn't have to yell at them folks at the very end thinking that was going to get your point across. I don't know what you were doing, ma'am. I don't know. But it seemed like you had just got your degree not too long ago, ma'am, and you just got this opportunity. I don't know. I saw you won a few cases, but this one right here, girl, I was hoping you did not win. And I'm glad, because you knew this was a fake-ass case. I wonder what you thinking when you walk back to your office doing that walk of shame. What were you thinking? Were you thinking to yourself, oh, girl, I'm glad that man did get not guilty, because, honey, I knew this was a fluke anyway, honey. I knew this was some when I came down here, I knew that man shouldn't have been on trial. What y'all really be thinking to y'allself when y'all be representing the state? Especially when you know the state be dog-ass wrong. I'm just trying to understand what be going on in y'all head. See, that's why I could never. And I wanted to go to law school, and I had the opportunity to go. But I was like, hell no, I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna do something different. And sometimes I wish I would have went to law school because I get real passionate when it comes to criminal cases, but I could never be a criminal attorney in any capacity. I would have more than likely did entertainment law, right? But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't be a defense attorney sitting up there representing anybody that I know is likely lying, and I damn sure couldn't sit up there and be working for the state knowing they most of the time they be full of shit. I couldn't do that. But, power to the people that can, girl. Do y'all think? Get your check, honey. I saw you make a cute little coin working for the state down there in Florida, girl. I did see that, so do what you got to do. But you lost this one, okay, because the jurors came back. And let me see if I can get that video. Let me see, because I just want to play it again. Y'all, I ain't going to lie. I started shedding some tears because I couldn't watch it. I said, I'm not going to be able to do it, girl. My knots in my stomach is tight. Like, can't do it. And then I hopped on Twitter. I said, girl, I'm just going to check Twitter, see what the people say. I had a few people at me, girl, to let me know what was going on. And, girl, when I saw that, I went crazy. I was like, oh, my God. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it, but I am going to play it so that we can, okay, I think I pulled it up so we can watch it because I was just like, girl, this man did really? And, I'm saying he got off, but that's really not the proper term to use, like saying, or the term saying, oh, he got off. It's not that because it kind of sounds like he got off for a crime, like, you know what I'm saying? It just don't sound right to really say he got off. It's that, he got his freedom back because that's how it should have been from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? When I say get off, it kind of sounds like he really did do something that was wrong, but I don't think he did anything wrong. I think everything he did that night was definitely justified in my personal opinion. So that man is free. I've been over there on his Instagram. We been lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He been over there. I'm like, yes, let's vibe out. We're lit. We're crunk, honey. I'm coming to the picnic. Like, we were having a good old time over there on that live, but I don't know who keep calling him. It's like, let this man enjoy his moment. Text him. Stop calling this man phone. Everybody trying to call him. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. But anyway, I'm just happy, okay, because I was really worried. I did not know how the jurors were going to see it. I saw a lot of our comments and stuff, and we all were pretty much on the same page. You probably had like maybe 2% of people that were on the opposite end of like, oh no, he's going to be guilty. He's guilty. But majority of us, 98%, was like, this don't sound right. And I was really hoping the jurors were going to be on our side. Girl, when I found out they came back as quick as they did with a verdict, I was like, okay, this is, girl, y'all really got me shooketh because this can go either way. It really can go, like, it sounds good, like, dang, they got a verdict quick, so they probably pretty much already knew what they was going to do when they got back there in that room. But then it's like, but what if they feel like he is guilty for something? Like, what's what? Like, bruh, y'all did what needs to be done. The Lord is going to bless y'all. Understand, the Lord is going to come through and he is going to bless the people. But let's see if we can go ahead and play this so we can watch it together. I don't want to hear the judge, girl. I just really want to.
I know Deputy Lubinsky is always.
Would you go get that for me, please?
Travis Rudolph, defendant.
Would you publish the verdict, please?
Hurry up and publish the verdict.
The Circuit Court of the 15th Judicial Circuit, Criminal Division, in and for Palm Beach County, Florida. Case number 21 CF 002938 A and B, Division W, State of Florida versus Travis Rudolph. Defendant. Verdict. We, the jury, find as follows. As to count 1, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 2, we find the defendant not guilty. As to count 3, we find the defendant not guilty.
Boom.
As to count 4, we find the defendant not guilty.
What was
So say
it?
we all, the 7th day of June, 2023, in West Palm Beach, County, Florida.
Would either side like to have? Would either side like to have the jury polled?
No.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I, on behalf of everyone who is a participant in this trial, would like to thank you for your time and your consideration. I also wish to advise you of the special privileges enjoyed
Y'all
by
need
jurors.
to send us something.
In the absence of a court order, no juror can be required to talk about the discussion that occurred in the jury room.
Y'all need
Our
to send us a
judicial
gift
system
for this
relies
long
on
ass
juries
trial
for
we sat through.
consideration of difficult cases. We recognize that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair so long as they wish it. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. The lawyers and their representatives are not permitted to initiate any communication with you about the trial.
That's enough, okay? Y'all let them jurors talk. Y'all done say had them jurors sitting up there listening to that black lady holler at folks and try and get an attitude and all of that. Let them jurors do a little bit of talking and telling the people what they experienced and what was going on is what y'all need to do. My favorite part, though, of the hearing, or not, well, of the filming of the verdict. My favorite part for me was when he got outside. I don't know if y'all saw that over there on Law and Crime, but once they got outside, he started to hug all his family members and friends, and I thought that was like hella dope because it looked like he had some regular supporters that just came out to love on him and stuff. But it was the black folks in the background saying, "That what I'm talking about, my nigga." I was like, "Oh, girl, do they know they being filmed on TV?" One thing we gonna do is keep it real, okay? The way he went over there and down to my nigga, you free nigga, like my nigga. What we doing tonight? You had one lady in the back. I'm just trying to see what we doing tonight. I said, come on, bitch. Let's keep it real out here in these streets because that's literally what's going on. What we doing tonight? Where we finna go? He said, I'm finna go to my sister's house. I know that's real. I was so happy for him. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I definitely cried. I was shook up. Then I watched it. When I saw this stuff on the social media, that's when I like teared up. Then when I watched it for myself, that's when I kind of like, you know what I'm saying, the tears just kind of like fell. I was like, I'm so happy for him because he should have never been in this position. Now what I would love for you guys to do, which we know y'all ain't gonna never do, is go and tap on Dominique Doe. I want 4 cops to go over there and knock on that lady door like she sent them boys to go knock on that man door. And make sure y'all knock on the door late at night when she trying to get her some sleep. And tell her to go ahead and grab her and handcuff her and still her in that damn cop car for about 5 hours the same way that y'all did Travis. Go ahead and go ring her up now. Go and get this woman because she should not be amongst these people because we don't know what else she's capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? And then I want y'all to go to all them individual boys that's remaining, that's living to tell the story and testify and lie. Because that's what they did. Committed some type of perjury on the stand. I want y'all to go get them so they can see what it feel like to stand in jail. Go ahead and go collect all their asses up. And I hope his mama has some type of capacity, any range legally to sue the dog out of Dominique. For emotional distress, okay? What the girl from what the martyr girl said, you owe everybody an apology for your shit. Like, girl, you owe everybody that and then some for your shit. So y'all go ahead and ring up Mr. Girl if you can. When it comes to Detective Emily Vanderlaan, I want y'all to analyze her cases, and I want y'all to also be mindful of what y'all put her on as a detective for future homicides and things to come. Okay? I don't like that. I think that lady's very dangerous. She too also got on the stand and perjured her damn self as well. So how does that work? Are you gonna do anything about that? I wish Mr. Shiner probably like, I'm done with y'all. I got what I needed from my client. Let's move on. But I wish Mr. Shiner was able to like go and do some further, okay, to make sure justice is fully served all around the board. You know, and not just for Travis's family, but for Sebastian's family too, because Sebastien would have never been in that position had y'all not promoted that, encouraged that, and created an environment for that. Okay, so them the real killers. They all should have been locked up as accomplices, or what did they say she had in her phone when she was over there doing her Google searches? Accessories to murder. Yeah. That whatever y'all want to call it, they all should have been locked up for that. And that's just what I think. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's what was going on with the Travis Rudolph case. Shout out to the 400 plus people we have in the chat. Looks like we only have about 143 likes. So if you've been watching the channel so far, watching the video, you've been enjoying it, definitely go ahead and hit the like button for me. It definitely helps push the video out in the algorithm so that other people know what we doing over here and that we live and what we got going on and that you're enjoying it and maybe they would enjoy it as well. So definitely go ahead and hit the like button for me. But yeah, so yeah, this case is just really interesting with how the judge, I wish they would have done a side-by-side with Travis' face or in the judge. Because I'm like, NIGGA, you the reason we in here too. Because you denied, I do believe that was you. I believe it was you, sir. You denied that he could use the stand your ground defense, and you sent this to trial. I just don't think you should have I don't think you should have presided over this case. But I would have loved to have seen your thoughts. But you know what? That could have been his initial mindset. And then once he watched the trial play out, he probably was like, yeah, go ahead and get this man not guilty so we can get the hell up out of here. That's probably why he looked like he was about rushing, ready for it to be over with, because he knew they sat up there and wasted their motherfucking time. Hello? Okay, hello? So that's probably what that was. But I am just super happy for him. Congratulations to Travis. Congratulations just to the whole family with how they handled everything. You know what I'm saying? And they really fought for themselves. He could have just said guilty and just took that and just walked away and probably got some time or whatever he would have got. But it was like, no, I'm not guilty. So we're going to ride this train out. And we're going to testify and all the truth going to come out. And that has to be, an amazing feeling to like stick up for yourself, to not talk to the police, to handle things your way, go through this strenuous process, only to be found not guilty on all 4 counts: murder, first degree, and 3 counts of attempted murder. Whew, I bet y'all won't hop and skip y'all ass from y'all side of the town to come down there to that man's house no more and knock on no door. Right. So that's what's going on over there. And let me see, there's another story I wanted to talk about with y'all regarding the AJ Owens. I did a video on that last night, and we're learning that the person that killed her has now been arrested. And I do want to find her photo so that I can put it up here on the screen for y'all. So give me 1 second. See if we can drag that over and add that, because I do want to talk about her, because now she's been arrested, and I'm glad that y'all took too long. But they arrested her because we applied the pressure. But at the same time, I feel like the charge that they gave her was so we could shut the hell up. Like they arrested her and then just charged her with whatever so we could shut the hell up and say that she was arrested. But it's not enough for me, because I really don't think it was manslaughter. I personally feel like this was murder. And it's the fact that, now what I can appreciate, although I do not like it when I speak on this situation, the woman that is black that you see here is AJ Owens, and she was murdered by this, I don't know, she white, Hispanic, I don't know what this lady is. I'm going to say a white woman. By this white woman, Susan Lorincz or something like that. She was murdered by her. First of all, this white lady would be in the neighborhood terrorizing black kids, okay? She threw skates at this lady's children. She's cussed her kids out, called them racial slurs and everything. She even stole, which is nobody's really highlighting that. She stole those kids' iPad. All right? So when the mom went over to retrieve the kid's iPad, I don't even know if the mama got a chance to knock on the door. I'm not sure. Miss Susan decided to fire one right through the door, which resulted in the death of this woman. And what's killing me is that it took them 4 to 5 days just to arrest this woman. Okay, social media start, being ablaze. They finally arrested her, but when they arrested her on manslaughter. I'm not sure if they got her for other charges. I have to look into that a bit more to see. But I definitely want child endangerment to be one of those charges, for sure. And I also would like theft of property to be one of those charges as well. And then upon additional investigation, I would like to see the charges be upgraded to first degree murder and not just manslaughter. But I feel like they just put something on her just to put it on her to lock her up. But it's like, I guess I appreciate at least a manslaughter, but y'all had other things that y'all could have did, that y'all could have arrested her on that day versus waiting this long. Now, I will say this. When I think about stand your ground, the sheriff was saying that we have to make sure, like, there's specific things that we have to follow when it comes to stand your ground before we can just arrest somebody, right? And I kind of appreciate, although I hate what happened to AJ, I appreciate them, I guess, taking the time to even see that, because all of this happened in Ocala, Florida or something like that, to even, like, pay attention to the stand your ground law and see what their range is, right? Because when it came to Travis Rudolph's case, they immediately arrested him right out the gate. They just went ahead, arrested him, sat him in the car for those 5 hours. They even retrieved the item that wasn't his, whatever the case was, and they just automatically arrested him. They didn't even try to arrest the young boys and didn't even consider the fact that they were in some type of altercation or whatever. And maybe some of that could have been due to the Rudolphs not willing to share any details with those cops for them to see that he actually was standing his ground. But I still think they handled it right as far as not giving them that information. But all in all, Miss Ma'am has now been arrested. And let me see if, am I able to see this one? Give me 1 second. See if we could check out what this article is saying about this case here, because they're saying a white woman who shot black neighbor through door is arrested. A white woman accused of shooting and killing her black neighbor, 35-year-old Ajike Owens, over a dispute involving Owens' children. She has been arrested. Okay, this white woman is 58 years old. They said she was charged on Tuesday with manslaughter with a firearm, culpable negligence, battery, and 2 counts of assault is what she's being charged with. So I could appreciate the other charges, but I feel like y'all are still missing a few. So make sure y'all do y'all investigation appropriately so that she too can have some additional charges on that ass, baby. Period. And I'm glad she locked up. Miss Ma'am thought she was going to hide behind the door, and then when they arrest this hoe. So let me pull that up, because when they arrested this raggedy heifer, ooh, she got the audacity to be walking around with her head down. Girl, no ma'am. All I was thinking about was Beyonce, just a little bit head down as I place my feet, as my feet take turns or whatever, hitting the ground. And I'm like, she don't need to, pick your fucking head up, ho. Because your head was up when you shot through that door, right? So pick that head up. I want you to have it high. Have it high like you had that gun in the air. Have it high, ma'am. Don't do the walk of shame now, bitch. Okay, pick your head up. Love wanting to commit a crime and then want to hide. Don't hide now. Do not hide. Let me go to Ben Crump page, because I think he posted it on his page where she was getting arrested. Heifer. Is this it? Is this the video? I don't want to hear him. So let me go to this other page that I have. And I'll just pull this one up and show this heifer with her head down. Girl, pick your head up, ho. Don't act like that, girl. We here. We see you. Because at first when they said that she was arrested, I was questioning and wondering like, yo, did y'all, because I didn't know anything about the charges at the time. I was just like, okay, so they arrested her. Or not arrested. I'm sorry. I was hearing custody. She's in custody. And I said, was she in custody because she was arrested, or was she in custody for her own protection? Which one was it? And then shortly after that, that's when I started to learn about the charges about manslaughter and all of that. Okay. But let me go ahead and just play this real quick of her walking in, doing this walk of shame. Pick your head up, ho.
Shooting her neighbor through her own front door. 58-year-old Susan Lorincz is charged with manslaughter with a firearm, a first-degree felony with a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. This is Lorinc's mugshot. Fox 35 got it minutes before 1 o'clock this morning. First appearance begins at 9 a.m. We are in contact with jail officials about whether she is scheduled for that time. The arrest follows a day of protest over the death of Ajike Owens, who was killed after being shot through her neighbor's door.
Yeah, the pair were allegedly in a dispute over a children's tablet as well. And Randy Hildreth is live outside the Marion County Jail this morning. Randy, the sheriff has spoken exclusively with Fox 35 about the arrest and the ongoing feud between these two neighbors.
Hey, good morning to you both. And one of the more difficult pieces of information that's come out of this investigation is that Owens's children were key witnesses in piecing this story together. I do want to break down the very latest that we got from the sheriff's office.
All right, y'all. So that's pretty much it. Okay. They just let us know that she has been arrested. Okay. We'll see what's going to come of this case, but I'm glad she's facing a good 30 years. So I guess if it is manslaughter, it's not that bad. Like as far as how many years she can get, and she better get something. She better get something, because you over there hiding behind a door. I feel like you thought about that. And that's funny, because I'm thinking about premeditated, and it makes me think about how the state attorney in Travis's case during her closing argument had tried to shift and change and rearrange what premeditation meant so it could fit him so that if they ever thought about that, y'all can go ahead and convict him on that because it was premeditated. However, she tried to switch it. I said, this whole getting on my nerves, girl. You're doing too much. Like, girl, that is not what that is about, and you the lawyer. Okay? But anywho, all in all, we shall follow the case and just see what happens, see what's going to take place. I'm glad that they made movement and they arrested this woman. I knew it wasn't going to take long for them to do it. But I do hate that it took them as long as it did for them to go ahead and do that, because y'all didn't waste time getting Travis. And if it was a black woman that popped another woman, a white woman or whatever on the other side of that door, she would have been arrested on that day, as you guys figure out. Hello? The rest of the details. Yikes. Okay. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on that. Let you guys know what's going on. Let y'all know Travis is out. He's a free man. His family is free to celebrate, live as they choose. And yeah, we'll just see what's going to happen. I do want to say this when I think about the Travis case and the 3 guys. I do understand Keyshawn is in school, and I believe it's medical school. It does appear that Tyler is also in school. But that Christopher Lowe, I didn't hear him sit on the stand and say that he's doing anything with his life. And I said, I'm going to get that man a few years and he's going to be right back on this in this courtroom for some bullshit. Watch what I tell you. He was highly disrespectful on the stand. They all were, but I feel like he was the worst. And then he said something that was interesting when he said, I went along with, now keep in mind, the boy said that they just went to talk. He said, I went along with Keyshawn because I feel like he got too much to lose because he's in school, this and that. Why would you need to do that if you just going to have a conversation? And it's the fact for me that you thought more about what he got going on in his life than you thought about what was going on in your life to protect your damn self. And you chose to protect somebody else over you. It's going to be interesting to see if y'all going to still be friends in the future. That's going to be interesting, but I do believe we will see Chris Lowe in somebody's courtroom soon, because obviously he ain't doing nothing with his life, and other people's life he values more than his own. We hate to see it. But that's all that I got. I thank you guys so much for hopping on and joining me and, chit-chatting. I guess I can go through a few of the comments and see what you guys have to say. Let's see. What's up, Leon? Jamie, when you kept saying he will probably do time, I kept saying, what trial is she watching? Detective aside, those 4 witnesses were the best gift to Travis. Yes, the reason why I said that was because it was an up and down. I was not sure. My hope was always that he would not do any time, but you just could never tell what the jurors were thinking, because it's been plenty of times where jurors got it wrong, and I wasn't sure. I don't know what the jurors was made up. That's what I was trying to find out too, like what the jurors look like, what's going on, like do they have anything that they could give us about what was going on with the jurors. But at the end of the day, it's not guilty. We are extremely happy about that, and I know I wasn't the only person that wasn't sure exactly how it was going to pan out, so I'm very happy about that. But thanks for sharing your thoughts. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Okay, this is in reference to the AJ situation. Shooting through the door is premeditated and intentional because she would have looked to see who it was first. And I agree with that for sure. I definitely agree with that. Let's see what else. I'll read a few more, then hop out of here. That's the thing, right? It's like, had he been found guilty, he would have died in prison, 4 life sentences. Dominique needs some swift karma. For real, that man's life would have been gone. Completely gone. Child, over some bullshit. Girl, listen, I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. I'm so glad the verdict came out the way that it did. I'm so glad. Child, Keyshawn Jones thinks he's about to be a doctor. He may as well drop out of college. Ooh. Listen. I want them to be charged. I want them to find something. They shouldn't be able to get off this swift. Let's see. So they're saying the Jean-Jacques family already has a civil lawsuit filed. Guess whose name is not on it? Shaking my head. So wait, who is the lawsuit filed with? A civil lawsuit filed against who? I would like to know that. I didn't know that. I have to, do some research on that. Let's see. I know Dominique is shook. Listen, I said the same thing. I said the same thing. She done got that botched body. Not the body. She done got that botched body and won't be able to show it off in the state of Florida. Baby, she might well move to Mississippi. Okay? Go ahead and go to Mississippi, girl. Move away. let's see, when you're riding deep and dirty to somebody's house at midnight with revenge on your mind, the results will be foreseeable. Child. That is such a that's just tragic. You can watch it on the last full live that they did on Law and Crime on his trial, but it's on the very end. It's the very last live that they've done from today. And then on Law and Crime on YouTube, and then you watch the very end portion. I think it's like the last 10 minutes of the video or something like that. It's all the way at the end. Keep scrolling on there and you'll be able to see it. Let's see, anything else? I think that may be it. I think that's it. All right, you guys. That's all that I have. I thank y'all so much for joining. We had over 400 people, close to 500 people in the chat. Hopefully the likes are matching. I just thank you guys for the support. Congratulations to Travis. It's definitely he free. I'm happy about it. Not guilty. That's all I got to say. So that's it. I'm Jamie. That's me. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.